destined to fall!
Pale light filters into the glacier's depths. Somewhere farther in, Orvar is being held prisoner, and Netherill's plans are poised to unfold. Freshly constructed woodwork spiral. You have found an ornate jeweled key. It must be useful to the Netherese, somehow.
Pathetic! We'll never achieve our destiny this way. Will not do!
You have found your way into the heart of the glacier at last. Bright light plays off the walls on the path ahead. You must not be far from the surface. A Netherese orb floats beside a barrier, almost as if it were lit. These two golden orbs are clearly more sophisticated. A barrier has been successfully dropped. 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 Hidden behind a banner at the back of the cell is a gold Netherese orb. Curiously, there is a small silver keyhole in its side. The key fits neatly into the Netherese orb. Somewhere nearby, a barrier has fallen. Long fingers of darkness pour out from the corner cell. A shade and a reckoning emerge. As the shade falls, something shatters in the cell she came from. A small jeweled key tinkles to the ground. Right. Good, you found the crest. When the coast is clear, we'll meet by the Mythallar Chamber's barrier. Now, in the chamber ahead is the Mythallar. Ah, it seems the spell... Go on. I'll guard your back. The head wizard Zelagat speaks without breaking her part in the spell. Who dares enter thy high prince temple? Deal with this nuisance! Says Zelagat. That will have to do. I can feel suspect once I get you. You have stopped us. Zelagat curses with her dying breath. You have only hastened Cormier's demise. We were a bit late to stop the spell, I'm afraid. But look up. One of the marvels of antiquity, alive before our eyes. Now, we must not lose hope. We live yet. And as my uncle always says, a hunt silver never quits the chase. You are greeted by cold, whipping winds and the brightness of an open sky. The battlements of an entire army cover the glacier. The Netherese never meant to march on it. They meant to fly straight to its heart. Comes down. Giants angry beyond. Magic barrier. The magic barrier amid the storeroom's clutter or ornate chests. The chest in the back right corner shows signs of being used recently.
my flying glacier. It would have been much prettier if you hadn't wrecked my comrade's spell and lodged the Mythalar here. Despite the nuisance, my invasion still flies. And now, you would become its first victims. You have an entire army at my disposal. I am more than willing to use it. I'll deal with you myself. How about here?
Welcome to your doom!
I'll leave you to my minions then.
We shall not be thwarted!
Ha-ha! Enough of this nonsense! Vexing little insects. That's what you are. Don't you realize there is an entire army on this glacier? Why should I waste perfectly good troops when I can crush you with the ice you stand on?
In my way, suffer the consequences! This bodes well.
How about here?
No, this will not do!
How about here?
Destined to succeed!
Time to move.
Abominable!
I'll leave you to my minions then. Back, still standing? Really, I don't know why you even tried. You are trying my patience. Enough with the pleasantries. Behold, the fury of Netheril shall fall upon you!
Abominable!
think this has gone far enough. Do I need to come down there and finish you myself?
Horrifying. Very good.
I'll deal with you myself. Time enough of this failure! My invasion falling out of the sky! You have paid with your lives, as I with mine.
Without the Mythalar's power, the flying glacier plummets out of the sky. Well, that was a narrow escape. What's that? Over there, look! Certain ruin has been averted by you, by me, for honor and for the crown.
Fate has sent us down this path. Now let's explore it.
You are at the entrance to the lair of the infamous bandit king Rivior. Tales of twisting corridors and deadly traps dissuade most travelers from entering. This gate looks like it's controlled by a mechanism elsewhere in the dungeon. Down the corridor, a number of ghosts appear to be having some sort of tiff. It might be easier to just go around them. The ruined tables of the feast hall curve around a hearth that must once have housed a great, roaring fire. Judging from the bones that surround it, most of Rivior's men perished here. There clearly was a fight. But who was the assailant? Whether these statues commemorate Rivior's lieutenant? You trying to take my things? The statue exclaims, grabbing the crest before you can take it. Boo! You gotta rightly kill a person before taking their belongings. Or their identity. Like when I took this crest from that pompous Centrum wizard. Say, you're sporting some nice gear yourself. I'd love to steal your face and wear it. You like any promises? The triggering of so many statues must have caused them to overload, no thanks to that reckless doppelganger. The resulting explosion destroyed some of the statues. But where did the doppelganger go? You killed me, sputters the doppelganger as he collapses. A crest. Unfamiliar, but it looks important. Beyond the great doors, the central passage of Rivior's beyond the barrier is Rivior's throne room, where the bandit lord once flaunted his wealth. To get in, this was once Rivior's treasury room. The sturdy door is protected by a jewel. This is one of Rivior's treasure hoards, amazingly still here after all these years. But if the bandit king's reputation is true, there must be even greater treasure deeper in. The lever on the wall is clamped with a jeweled lock. The chest is empty, save for a single key. It also emits an acrid gas that rapidly spreads around the room. Three doors are suspiciously lined up along the southeast wall. Which one is the way forward? A barrier on the door. It's coalescing for the nature of the necromancers and undead. You'll need to pull it in the doorway to get through. Necromancers are turning corpse. No more zombies will be made here. But undead are still spilling forth. And nearby zombies are endless. You'll have to find a source if you hope to stop them. If this bit of treasure was overlooked by looters in the past, there may be others to be found elsewhere in the halls. You have found both crests. Placing them in the sockets by the barrier will open the way to the throne room. A figure sits upon the throne in the middle of the throne room, head down, lost in thought. Stone rubble thoroughly cover what must have once been the entrance to a cave.
Fate has sent us down this path. Now let's explore it.
The dwarves have asked you to stop the drow raiding parties coming from this region once and for all. The drow stronghold and its leader should be nearby. The lichen-coating's cave floor has been trampled on by numerous travelers. Deep grooves made by wagons moving
an
either
intriguing
north or
little
west
bauble.
are accompanied by the tracks of many bare feet. Slaves, perhaps? A solitary set of boot prints leads off to the northeast of here. The prints are fresh, and just a little too large to belong to an elf. Curious. An insect-like clicking echoes ahead of you. Whatever creature lies ahead, it is large and it is not alone. This could be a dangerous detour. Somebody died a terrible death here. Probably eaten by some underdark predator. The only thing left is an arm. Its hand still clutches a letter. The letter says the drow are expecting visitors from the Black Network. This information may allow you to talk your way into the fortress, if you play your cards right. You have found the drow's well-fortified stronghold. A large gong stands next to the bridge, allowing
Enemies are
visitors
destined to fall!
and perhaps honor. The gong's hollow clash echoes through the cave. The drow guards turn and note your presence. A well-armored female on the first platform. Approach and speak with me, stranger. House Avathul would know your business here. Open the gate! Disable the wards! Cries the drow officer. Then adds, you there! Follow the bridge straight in, no detours. If we catch you where you're not supposed to be, you die. You've managed to make it past the stronghold outer defenses. Now, to find the drow's leader and complete your mission. The drow soldier nods to you as you approach. The High Priestess sends her regards, but regrets that she is otherwise occupied. Perhaps she'll be able to meet you in a few days. You may wait in either the room to the right or the room to the left.
Welcome to your doom!
You are not allowed past this point, stranger. Now back away, lest you exhaust our patience. A shrill whistling sound echoes through the darkness. More whistles in the distance sound really alarming. It's a safe bet that the drow knows something of this.
Say what secrets this contains. What lies inside? Let me see!
regal decorations make you suspect that these are the quarters of the Stronghold's leader. Several letters lie open on a nearby desk. The huge webs within this cavern have luminous gemstones placed within their design. The result is both beautiful and sinister. The priestess stands before her altar atop one of
We shall
the
not be thwarted!
She isn't aware yet. The priestess raises her head as you approach.
A spider always knows when prey touches her web. Now prepare to become a sacrifice to Lord.
Destined to succeed!
Stronghold is dead. Perhaps that will give the target pause before they consider another attack.
Pathetic! You will call on me again, and soon.